Hello, I hope you can hear me okay. I'm out in very windy Cumbria today. So today I am at Oddendale Stone Circle and I have picked this location for a very special reason. I opened Adam Morgan Ibbetson's book on a random page and decided wherever I open that book I'm going to make a video there. And I picked Oddendale Stone Circle. Now, I think that was a good choice because Oddendale is fairly well known, but there's lots of bits around it that are not very well known, and I'd never been there before. So it got me out the house. Well, actually, the reason I actually went through the video was because I was in Penrith anyway. My cardio is absolutely dreadful, so there's a lot of heavy breathing where I've just walked up a slight hill. But I hope you enjoy the video, and I thoroughly recommend Adam's book. Partly because it's a really good book, and partly because apparently if you pick a sufficiently obscure monument in it, you get 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So I'm currently only about 9,990 off. Special shout out to Phil Collinson, who always comments on my videos. So yeah, please subscribe, and maybe I'll be able to afford a microphone that won't actually have so much wind noise on it. As usual, I got a bit distracted on the way. I was just driving down the road to Oddendale and I saw this lovely little stone circle. Now, having looked at Adam's fabulous book, which it is in there, it's Castle House Scar. It's not actually a stone circle, it's a stone square. Sorry about the vehicle going past, I'm stood right next to the road. Yeah. So Oddendale has a couple associated with it. There's actually another one on the way, so I will get a video of that for you shortly if I can get close enough. I'm on my way up to Iron Scar. It's a bit windy, so I hope you can hear me okay. Yeah, just look at that. I'm not even there yet. It's not even labelled on the maps or the book. There's like a row of stones there. Doesn't look like a normal wall. Looks like some weird row. There's a little cluster of stones there. Is it a stone circle? If it is, it doesn't appear to be on the records. It may just be a collection of large boulders. There's quite a lot of them in this area. Like when you go past the stone circle on the M6, I'm trying to remember the name, there are loads of boulder fields there, and you can see why someone would build a stone circle there because all the materials are just lying around the fields. So yeah, it's a lovely little Neolithic landscape. Nice little burial mound on the horizon. I think it's burial mound. And what's this over here? It's like two little piles of the massive stone circle sized stone boulders. And there's a hole down there with just one in it. It's actually like a small amphitheatre shape. I don't know what these earthworks are, but I like them. Hope you can hear me. It is getting quite windy up here. There's one stone circle here. Looks like could be a curbs cairn. I'm not an expert on them, but that's something I've recently learnt about. I'm not sure if this one's Iron Scar or that one over there. So let's go over to that one. And here's the bigger looking stone circle. I think this one's Iron Hill. I'm not sure. Let's have a slightly closer look. It's kind of lumpy in the middle, and there's a couple of stones inside, not sure if they make a circle. I was told if doing tour guiding not to walk and talk, and I have been breaking this rule a bit in my videos, and I'm not sure how well it works actually, because I think it just looks a bit shaky, but I do like the feeling that you're exploring this with me, because otherwise it's just me on my own out here. Look at all these stones. There's another mount over there. There's just so much in this landscape. Oh, just look at all this. So, this is natural, but I quite often see stuff like this at ancient sites. And I see it so often near ancient sites, I seriously wonder if there was a widespread belief that this was made by some sort of gods or giants or something important to their culture or belief. It's windy again. I thought this would be a simple go to a fairly well-known stone circle and back, and it's really not. There's another kind of standing stone there. And there's a couple more over here. And what's that funny little wall over there? I'm still not sure what this is, but I like it. Might just be a collapsed dry stone wall. It's got a corner there. It has a bit of a wiggle there. It wasn't as straight as I first thought. There's a couple of large stones here, which might be the remnants of another wall. And a big boulder back on the end. No idea what it is. Not mentioned on the OS map. I'm finally there. This is Oddendale Stone Circle. Sorry, I'm going to walk and talk a bit. It's got two circles, so there's this outer one and then that inner one. Now, in Adam's book, he mentions that on LiDAR there's quite a lot of lumps and bumps near the circle, so I've just stepped off one there. There's a little lumpy bit there. I'll go back to it. And it does actually have some substantial rocks in it. They're kind of buried, so I'm not sure how big they are. I'm not very good at eyeballing 150 metres. That funny little wall I was looking at is just over there. There's another group of rocks there. Oh, a little semi-standing stone over there. And a little cluster there. Natural stuff. And I really hope the noise isn't too bad because it is quite windy. I've also noticed a couple of ditches or pathways going near the circle. It's quite hard to see. The sun is quite low, so you might see a little bit. On the ground here, there's a substantial rock, but as I said, there are quite a lot of the ground. There's one there. There's another one that basically goes right through the circle. Yeah, here's one of the ditch things that goes through the circle. It reminds me a bit of the ones at Birkrigg, where there's a couple of ditches which could be some sort of trackway, but nobody really knows what they are. Not the possible Roman road, but actually right next to the circle. This is the central circle, which I believe is actually a curved cairn. I might be wrong. Basically what that means is that the stones are really close together because they're not actually meant to be separate standing stones. They're meant to be a tight ring of stones around what would probably have been a bit of a mound. If there was, it's collapsed now, which if you contrast, wind again, to the outer edge, you can see that the stones there all have substantial gaps between them. So I think people are supposed to be able to get in between those stones, but not these. Oh, look at this. There's a massive boulder there. I don't think you can really see quite how big it is in the video. It's got a partner there. But what I don't think I've ever seen before is what's underneath it. It's sort of on a pile of rocks and then there's these white stones around it. Look at that! Well, you can see that's my shadow. Look what it's resting on. I've never seen anything like it. Right, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm now back in my car, so hopefully you can actually hear me. This is the book I was talking about. I've just realised it's probably backwards in the camera. It's Cumbria's Prehistoric Monuments by Adam Morgan Ibbotson, 2nd edition, featuring 40 new sites. Absolutely brilliant book. Thoroughly recommend it to anyone interested in antiquities of Cumbria. So, I'll see you when I make the next one. Bye!